So you'll be standing up. I'm going to invite you all to stand up. Yeah. Standing like a tree, standing so free. Standing like a tree, standing so free. Can you feel that? Standing like a tree, standing so free. And then we're going to go standing like a tree with my roots down deep. My branches wide and open. This is a little yoga stretch. Down comes the rain, down comes the sun, down comes the love to a heart that is open. And come back to Anjali Mudra, to a heart that is open. Yeah, to a heart that is open. Ah, can you feel it? Yeah. All right, let's sing it.
I remember this one from many moons ago. The
Many
Aloha
moons.
Aston, the Aston Aloha Hotel.
Yeah.
Remember when we used to be like a tree?
Yeah, standing like a tree. Here we go. Standing like a tree, standing so free, standing like a tree, standing so free. Sing with me. Standing like a tree, standing so free, standing like a tree, standing so free, standing like a tree with my roots down deep, my branches wide and open. Down comes the rain, down comes the sun, down comes the love to a heart that is open. Yeah, to a heart that is open, to a heart that is open, to a heart that is open. Standing like a tree, standing so free, standing like a tree, standing so free. Sing it. Standing like a tree, standing so free, standing like a tree, standing so free, standing like a tree with my roots down deep, my branches wide and open. Down comes the rain, down comes the sun, down comes the love to a heart that is open, to a heart that is open, to a heart that is open. Standing like a tree, standing so free, 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 standing like a tree with my roots down deep, my branches wide and open. Down comes the rain, down comes the sun, down comes the love to a heart that is open, to a heart that is open, to a heart that is open, to a heart that is open. Oh, you're such beautiful trees, all of you.
Wow. Before that,
Thank you.
Jeevan, thank you so much. I wanted to add, the first time that he did this was at the Aston Aloha, and he said, I'm going to do it, and they're going to go down. I said, oh, I was very new to the island. I went, there'll never be trees, Jeevan. There'll never be when everybody was like, so thank you once again. Beautiful memory. Charles.
What's up, you guys? Oh, my goodness gracious. You guys were waving your hands in the air like you just don't care. I love it. Yes, that's how you get a party started. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to CSL, Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. My name is Charles. I'm a board of trustee members, and I'll be reading your morning announcements. Please turn off your cell phones right now, or at least at least turn them on vibrate. Just, be polite. Turn them on vibrate at least. At least you could do. And please make sure all cups have covers on them. We are trying to prevent spills, Gabrielle. We're trying to prevent spills today, so please put covers on your cups. Also, we're going to have Pick It Rap with the Revs today, right after service. We're going to talk story with the CSL Kauai Ohana, and what is it that has brought us all together right here, right after service. Please come and share. Also, Friday, and it's ongoing, 9 a.m., the Gentle Kundalini Yoga with certified instructor and practitioner of the day, Malia Reed. Everybody get it up for Malia Reed. Yeah. It's $10 for a class. Join anytime. Sign up in the back. I tell you what, this morning I had such a hard time getting out of Savasana. Oh my gosh, but it's all good. I'm here now. I'm good.
TMI.
I don't know what you're imagining over there. CSL Kauai presents Radiance Unleashed. A mystical inner journey with Richard Diamond. It's going to be 7 p.m. Thursday, March 19th, 2020. This evening of original stories written and presented by Richard Diamond. It is a fundraiser for Richard Diamond and much required. It is a fundraiser for Richard Diamond and for his much required dental work. So please, come all for Radiance Unleashed. I can't wait for it. And to talk a bit, see right there, I knew it was going to happen. And to talk more about foster care, we have Rev D in the house. Or Rev Diane. Everybody give it up for Rev Diane. Sorry.
Really, it's okay. Rev D here. Oh, my goodness. So last week, Reverend Rita told you about we're trying to create a partnership with Hui Ho Malu, a program of partner development to help with the foster care program on Kauai. We had thought that there might be enough interest to schedule what they call a presentation on foster care, have one of their people come here to talk to you. If you are interested in that, please sign up on the back table so that we know the community is interested in hosting that. But I also want you to know, when I think of, can you help with foster care, what comes to mind is, can you foster a child in your home? And many people think that's the only thing you can do to help. And I want you to know that even if that's not something that is doable for you, they have given us a list of 10 other things that you can do to assist in the foster care program and helping our youth. And that is on the table in the back. You can grab a pamphlet or one of these sheets. Some of the things, they're like what we did for the YWCA Family Violence Shelter, is providing gas cards, providing a meeting space, which CSL is willing to do, providing snacks for the kids, even as much as writing a check and helping out the program. So there are so many things that you can do, even if you're not in a position to foster a child. It's something that's needed, and it's our kuleana to take care of our children, right? So if you can help in any way, please pick up some information on the back table. It's part of our outreach program, and I hope you'll participate. Thank you.
One of the many things that I love about CSL is that we show up. We show up. When there's a time of need or when we find someone that we can be a blessing to, we show up. And I'm sure you guys are going to show up for the people that need things in foster care. Okay, so mark your calendars for March, ladies and gentlemen. CSL Kauai presents an evening. Well, this is a preventative measure because it is an evening of healing. Thursday, March 10th, 6:30 to 7:30. It is a healing circle. Join the practitioners of CSL for an evening of meditation, music, and experience a chamber of prayer. Can't wait. March 10th, 6:30 to 7:30. And the Living Tai Chi, or AKA Tai Chi, with Marion Head. Join us for heart-opening movement Saturday, March 21st, April 11th, 9:30 to 11 a.m. Jeevan already got us started with the Tai Chi this morning. I don't know what that was with the standing like a tree, but now we can do even more of it with Marion Head. Saturday, March 12th to April 11th. Once again, March 21st
Through.
Four Saturdays, March 21st through April 11th, 9:30 to 11 a.m. Come with a beginner's mind, leave with a joyful heart. $75 for all four in advance, $20 at the door. There's flyers in the back. God bless you. And also, the Science of Mind magazine, only $5 in the back. We have a couple more copies for March. Make sure you go ahead and get your copies. And ladies and gentlemen, with that in mind, your spiritual directors, Rev Rita and Rev Patrick.
Thank you, Charles.
I love the way he looks at me like for permission, like he's going, am I okay? Because he's ready for me at any moment going, back to training. Back to training.
So,
Kidding.
as we start today, we always light our peace candle, and I'm going to invite Malia to come up. She's our practitioner today. But we want to just mention that there's a lot of fear going on right now concerning, lots of things in the world, but most prevalently right now concerning this coronavirus. I can't even pronounce it. But anyway, so we understand and know that you all know how to take care of yourselves on the physical plane of action. You know what to do. We don't have to talk about that at all because you know, and you're divinely guided in every moment. But what we do need to do today is to join in consciousness for a higher consciousness. And since this month is all about casting our vision, to cast a vision of health for this world, starting with spiritual health and moving out from there. So when we light our peace candle, just keep that in mind today, that we are knowing and projecting out from here, from within ourselves, that idea that that power and presence that lives within us doesn't know anything besides itself, which is perfect. So let's stay in that state of consciousness.
Thank you. Take a moment of silence now.
And now Malia will take us further into this contemplation.
Coming to this moment, taking some deep breaths, knowing you're in a safe place at CSL Kauai. All is well here. If you feel like closing your eyes, that's good. If not, that's okay too. Just finding that comfortable place, knowing that you're in a safe place and feeling comfortable where you are. So I'd like to start off today with a quote from Anonymous. Make your vision so clear that your fears become irrelevant. Make your vision so clear that your fears become irrelevant. So now let's just take a time of centering and contemplating. Enjoy your quiet time. Make your vision so clear that your fears become irrelevant. Make your vision so clear that your fears become irrelevant. What I know is that there is a power and presence for good that's greater than me, that I call God, that I call good, that I call love and light. And this presence is all-knowing, all-powerful, and everywhere present. And what I know about this presence that I call God, that I call infinite intelligence, that it is always recreating and manifesting and bringing about new visions of clarity and growth and just opening up and opening up. And so what I know about this presence that I call God, it's in everything. It's in everyone in this room. It's in everyone on this island, in this world, and to the outer limits of the cosmos and beyond and beyond. Because it's everywhere present, it's right here, right now. And I'm just so grateful for that. And what I know about this presence that I call God, it is growing seeds right here, right now, of love and amazing relationships and health and beauty. And these seeds of health and beauty are manifesting right here and right now. And what I know is that for everyone here in this room and everyone in Kauai and on this planet, that there is perfect health, perfect radiant health, and we are growing seeds of flowers of health and wealth and prosperity right here and right now. And I'm so grateful for the loving expressions of creative thought and creative expressions that's in every area of our lives, whether it be relationships, health, wealth, love. It's here, right now. And I am so grateful for these seeds that are growing right here, right now, and sprouting in us in this very moment. And anything that is not needed, it's just sloughed off gently. And I just say mahalo, mahalo, mahalo for this vision that's right here, right now, that's manifesting, that is here, and right now. And I release my word to the law that always says yes. And as we say together, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Malia. Thank you, Jonathan. That was beautiful. So, where is our girl today? Oh, there
She's
she
right
is.
there.
I'm going to invite
She's
Sue.
hiding.
I'm going to invite Sue Wood to come up. One of our Science Mind students and friend and
All of the
overall
above.
beautiful, amazing person. Every week we're asking a different person to come up and let us know. I've always said, what is the science of mind? But allow them to let us know what the science of mind means to them. And so Sue is the designated person today.
Designated driver for today.
Go ahead.
So, aloha. And like I said, I am Sue Wood. And I practice the science of mind and spirit, which is a philosophy researched and assimilated by Ernest Holmes through his studies of all the world's great religions and teachings. He taught that the principles of science and mind were scientific because they could be practiced repeatedly with consistent results. I'd like to share with you a little bit about what I believe. I believe there's one God, and that one God is all there is, no matter what the appearance. I believe that I am a perfect spiritual being experiencing life in all of its limitless possibilities. I believe that I am one with God, and that the essence of the great creative spirit flows through me as me. I believe that I am eternal, always evolving and experiencing more of life itself. I believe that the purpose for which I came to this time and place is to discover my true self, the perfect self, and to experience great happiness and joy. For everything I need is provided right here, right now, and always accessible to me. I also believe that I am 100% responsible for the level of peace, love, beauty, and happiness that I experience in life. I am bound by the law of cause and effect. Science of Mind textbook says that the law is a law of perfect balance, of logical sequence and inevitable consequence. Another way to say that is, as I think in my heart, so am I, so is my life. Or what I sow, I shall reap. I can choose to limit or expand my consciousness. I can reframe and forgive my past memories, or I can stay miserable. I can heal my body or promote disease. I can be surrounded by loving, joy-filled fellow travelers or be isolated and sad. It's all up to me. By my thinking, my words, my actions, and my belief, I design my life. I also believe that CSL Kauai is my safe place to practice these principles and beliefs. Mahalo, Spirit. Thank you, Ernest Holmes. And thank you, Center for Spiritual Living. I really love my life.
Thank you, Sue.
That's beautiful.
You're probably wondering why they're reading it. We asked them to read it and write it so they wouldn't go over their time limit. That was perfect. So she
Yes,
definitely knows
indeed.
how to expound in class without her notes, but that was great. Thank you. Wow. All right, now where are we? It's your turn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm looking around to see if anybody is new here. There's another thing. Channeling through. Hello. Something that hit me when you were speaking, and thank you for giving your own example of yourself. But one of the things that I was thinking when she was talking is that it sounds like a really big responsibility when you use the word 100%, and it is. And I would love to tell you there's a loophole, but there are none. And we are all at the degree in which we are experiencing and that we are manifesting. But I know that when people hear 100%, I can almost feel like a vibration in the room going, yeah, but you weren't there yesterday when I was on. But I really want to thank you. It doesn't say that we can do 100% today or this moment maybe, but there's no way around it. It is always 100%. And like I said, love to give you a loophole, but there are none. What were we saying? Who's here for the very first time and is not running out the door? Who's here for the first time? Hi. Right here with that wonderful.
Hi.
Yeah. So actually, in reality, we're all here for the very first time in a way, right? Very new moment. But we have something we'd like to share with you, something about you that we would like to say, and that is what? You are magnificent. You are. And don't forget it, because we'll remind you every Sunday that you are magnificent. And we know that about you. Why? Because we know it about ourselves. Yeah, we can't possibly know peace or anything else unless we know that about ourselves first. Another no loophole, 100%. So, shall we say it together? I am magnificent. And I'm looking at a very magnificent man back there and another man over there with the sound and with this camera zooming in on us. And I always say, if you thought that, I'm going over to CSL Kauai and I'm not going to tell anybody, they'll never know I'm over there. Wrong. Because there's a camera going off right now that allows everyone to know that we're here and we're not afraid of that because we know that they are magnificent too. We're going to send out a little shout out to Judah, who I know is probably walking, Sherry, and Tom, and guess what? Dr. Peggy, oh my gosh, and Dawn are watching right now too. And I see my friend Davey, and I see, oh, I'm sorry, I don't see any of it, but you don't have a lid on your cup, so just so you'll know, we see you. Okay, let them know who they are. You are magnificent. Now look to your left, to your right, I don't care where you look, but let somebody know that they are magnificent. Sherry's magnificent. Sherry's magnificent. You're magnificent. You're magnificent. My gosh, I have a whole front row here. You're magnificent.
You are.
You're magnificent. All right, let's get up on our magnificent feet and have some more music with Jeevan and Luis.
Jeevan has written a new song.
Oh, that's right.
Yay. Based on an Osho quote,
March
right?
1st, that means new music.
It's an Osho quote.
I
But
found it on the internet.
Yeah, I
There's
think
all
so.
these memes.
it's in your program, the quote.
Oh,
Anyway,
Great.
it's our
Thank
new
you,
song
Osho.
for the month.
Okay, so sing along, please, and shake your groove things. Oh, wait, we're gonna drop it down. Drop it down a step. It's too early in the morning. You follow Patrick for the dance moves. Your mind is a garden, your thoughts are the seeds. You can grow flowers, or you can grow weeds. Tend your garden with loving care, with grateful heart and love to share. Let in the sun and let fall the rain. Sow seeds of love again and again. We are all gardeners, growing our dreams, planting the thoughts whose harvest we reap. Tend your garden with loving care, with grateful heart and love to share. Let in the sun and let fall the rain. Sow seeds of love again and again.
So what I know about that right here and right now is that we are all planting the most beautiful gardens. We cannot stop ourselves because they're coming from the beautiful essence of our heart, our true self, our God self. So I know those gardens are reaping the most beautiful dreams and desires right here and right now. And we come together to share that today, to move through that today, to express that in an even bigger and more gigantic way. So I know it's good, and this time together is so good. And we are uplifted, we are joyful, we are passionate about our dreams. That's what I know and claim for us. And I just allow this service to unfold in all its perfection, each of us receiving exactly what we need to receive and planting the seeds we need to plant in this moment for our lives. I know it's good and it's more good, and I'm grateful, grateful, grateful as I release my word as law, as I let it be so, as we say together, and so it is.
Your mind is a garden, your thoughts are the seeds. You can grow flowers, or you can grow weeds. Tend your garden with love and care, with grateful heart and love to share. Let in the sun and let fall the rain. Sow seeds of love again and again. We are all gardeners, growing our dreams, planting the thoughts whose harvest we'll reap. Tend your garden with love and care, with grateful heart and love to share. Let in the sun and let fall the rain. Sow seeds of love again and again.
Woo! Yay, Jeevan!
Yeah, new song.
Yeah, we were trying to find an opening song for this month that fit with planting
I wonder what our
seeds.
theme is.
Yeah. And Jeevan's like, well, I can't find one, so I'm just going to write one. I like that. Yeah, he just wrote that. Yeah, and then he sang it to me yesterday on the little, voice thing on the thing. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. This is like totally awesome. Oh, that's what Spirit can do when we call it up. and let it flow through us. Thank you, Jeevan. So, this month is going to be all about planting our gardens. Obviously, our spiritual garden is the gardens of our mind, although I know many of us are probably planting our vegetable gardens too, or maybe we do that all year on Kauai, do we? Yeah, I think so. Diane says yes. Okay. But anyway, so we're going to focus on that today, and this idea of spring and gardens and all of that. And where do I start? I have so much. I've got like pages and pages. But okay. So what are we planting? I know when that song says we can plant flowers or we can plant weeds, it kind of sounds kind of negative, like we're going to be planting weeds. Yeah. But all it's saying is that we get to plant the ideas in mind, in the creative medium, which is mind, the field, whatever you want to call it. We get to plant the dreams and the desires that we wish to plant and that we wish to see manifest. And sometimes, yeah, we do plant weeds. We don't think straight all the time. We don't necessarily what Ernest Holmes would call right thinking, which all it means is beautiful, amazing thoughts about yourself. It's not about like you did evil things or anything like that. It's just about not thinking the highest thoughts about yourself. And but the good news is that Ernest Holmes wrote, we can change the trend of causation, which has been set in motion at any time we decide to do so. So whatever we've set in motion, in any moment we can pivot to something different. It might not seem that way in the moment, but it is the truth. It is the honest, because if it wasn't, if we couldn't do that, we would be lost. We would be lost on this thing called this earth plane if we did not have the conscious ability to change our lives when we want to change them. Not change other people, but change our lives. And the only way we can do that is through consciousness. We can't change conditions. We can only change consciousness. And I'm taking a course right now with Greg Braden online. And they talk about how 200,000 years ago, I guess it's 200,000 years ago, something showed up in our DNA that made us different than all the other species. They don't know how it got here. They don't know how it happened. It's the mystery of our frontal lobe or our neocortex, which is our thinking brain, our choosing brain, our volition brain, which makes us human, which makes us able to choose and to live our lives from that place. Like I said, he doesn't know how it happened. Ernest Holmes always says, don't stop trying to figure out why things happened or how they happened and start trying to use it instead. And that's what I'm about today, is using it. And I can't think of a better time that I've showed up in this plane of action than today, this time in this period in history, with everything that's going on and all the opportunities we have to turn away and plant weeds. We have plenty of opportunities to plant weeds. But if we're standing here today and we're here in this body and here on this planet, and we've chosen to be here, because I believe we do choose to be here. In fact, I can feel it every day that I get the choice of whether I want to stay or not. I don't know if any of you have been feeling that, but you just get a choice. It's a choice. Everything is a choice. And it doesn't mean that one's bad or one's good. But I feel really strongly that I'm glad that I'm here and that I'm here on purpose. And my only purpose is to remember who I am. That is my only purpose, and by remembering who I am and living from that highest place, I can affect others because they're going to see me living from my highest place. And there's a thing called mirror neurons, which say if somebody else is doing it and you see it, you get to like look at that, and there's something that happens within you that wants to copy that and can copy that if it works for you. So that's what I feel is my purpose here, is to remember who I am. And to, no matter what's going on, to stand by that truth, because I know that a house divided against itself cannot stand. That's what the great Master Jesus said, right? But it makes sense, right? You can't think two thoughts at the same time. You can't think I'm powerful and I'm weak at the same time. You can go back and forth, vacillate between those two things, and every time you go back and forth, you weaken yourself. So the objective is to stay strong and to stay in the belief of how powerful we are. we have been told a big bunch of lies, and we are now finding out that that is not true, and we've been finding that out over the last, maybe the last century, maybe not even that long. And Dr. Bruce Lipton said that, and I believe this, we're the bridge, or maybe it was Greg, Dr. Greg, oh, he's not a doctor, Greg, that we're like the bridge, we're the bridge makers. We're here as the bridge makers from the old beliefs that aren't serving us anymore to this new world that is trying to be birthed right now, and it's painful. I mean, anybody who's had a baby knows that childbirth is really painful, but it's worth the newborn baby that you get when it's over. And that's what we're doing, and it is painful, and it is chaotic. And I heard Jean Houston, the beautiful, amazing mystic and teacher, say that that's normal. It's normal for there to be chaos when change is happening. Change does not happen smoothly. It doesn't happen easily. There has to be like an upheaval, especially a change this big. But what I know is, even though we're being told by a lot of different people and things and systems and cultures and political systems and all kinds of things like that, we're being told that that it's doomsday. It's not doomsday, it's just that we're going through a big, amazing change. And the best way that we can handle this change is to keep remembering who we are and standing in our truth. And this whole thing with this virus, it's a virus of fear. It's as real as it can be because it's a condition, okay? But it's still an illusion, and it's still fear. And it's based in fear. And if you want to fight this virus, don't try. Instead, lift your consciousness so high that you are vibrating so high. And how do you do that? By following what you love to do, by following your passions, by living from your true self, by following those things that give you joy, lifting your consciousness so high. It's like, you know that when you get sick, it's because your immune system is really low and you need a rest or whatever, and you're open up to accept all this. Well, this is a thought virus. I am so sure of it. And we are not immune to it if we sink down as low as that and accept that fear. Does that mean that we don't take care of ourselves? No, take care of ourselves. Do all those things like washing your hands and all those things that everybody's telling us to do, except for don't stop hugging people. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. They're gonna take the one thing away from us that we love to do, hug each other and connect, spiritually connect with another body and give love? No. Love does not kill anyone. Love is what makes us live. So I'm just like we watched this film, and if you haven't seen it, please rent it. It is worth every hour. It's called Harriet, and it's about Harriet Tubman, the wonderful, amazing woman who led all those people out of slavery against all odds, and it's an amazing movie. Watch it. She is like, but this woman, I'm sure she was scared. I'm sure, she had to fight through so many things, but there was one thing she never gave up, and that was her idea and what she wanted to do, and her love and her passion to make that happen. She didn't care. She just pushed through it, no matter what anybody was telling her. At one point they were telling her, you're going to have to travel 600 miles to get to Canada, and she's like, I don't care about 600 miles. That doesn't mean anything to me. The only thing that matters is that I do what I'm supposed to do, which is to free these people. And so it was and one of the things that they said to her before she left, her pastor said, fear is your greatest enemy. Trust God. Now they were talking about an outside God. I don't care if it's outside, inside, God is all around us. But she did. And she had this thing called intuition. I call it intuition, where she would go within. How many times are we faced with something and we just rush into it? I know I do. Or we rush into saying something. Or we rush and make a decision because we're, I don't know, we want to change. So we make a decision and then we go, why did I do that? Every time she came across something, she would take a breath. She would stop. And she would wait for the inspiration to come. We all have that ability. For her, it came from her Heavenly Father. In our teaching, we teach that it comes from within. And even with her, it was coming from within. She was having visions of what she should do next and everything. But she trusted that. Because in our philosophy, it's called intuition. And intuition in our philosophy is God knowing itself within us. we're knowing who we are, when we intuit. So my suggestion with this whole thing that's happening in the world is that we get real quiet with ourselves and we take our time and going up in our mountain places, wherever we go, to do that. And that when and get in touch with that place and let it guide and direct us, because it will guide and direct us each in our own individual way. I can't tell you how to do it or how it's going to direct you, but I know that there's an answer to everything that comes up in our life. And every time we just need to take a moment, take a breath, and say, what's mine to do right now? What is this? Why is this showing up? What do I need to know? Take a breath, and Spirit answers us. It answers us. It does. It answers us, and it lets us know which way to go. And Spirit's what's going to get us through this thing that's happening, this chaotic, crazy thing that's happening right now that seems to get worse. Well, let's just start thinking about it getting better. Let's start casting a vision that it's getting better, because we're getting better, and we're the ones. And you know, I get like really turned off when people say that you know, there's all these like yucky people doing this and that, and I think about like all the wonderful people they are sitting in this room right now, people that are like light workers, you know, that are right here in this room, all of us. We are the ones, and these light workers, these people are all over the place. I'll just go to the internet, turn it on, and just Google anything, you know, any kind of anything, and you'll find a million people that are teaching beautiful, amazing things that are helping us. So we got all the help we need. You know, Ernest Holmes says we were placed here alone to discover ourselves, but we weren't placed, that's what evolution is about, discovering ourselves. We weren't placed here without the tools. And now what's happening is we're finding out these tools are here. They're here, 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 here. That's where they are. And we all have the capability. We can do it in any moment. We just have to decide. So I'm very passionate about this today because I'm really sick and tired of all the negativity that's bridging, you know, that's coming up, and people falling into that in fear. We can't do it, guys. We can't. We have to come from love. Love conquers everything. Just remember that, especially self-love. Love of yourself. That's the most important thing. So, you know, it was just Lent, right? Lent started this week. Any of us that grew up Catholic went and got our ashes. And yeah. Well, Pope Francis said something really good. He said it's time to give up useless words, gossip, rumors, tittle-tattle. Called tittle-tattle. What the hell is tittle-tattle? I never heard that word before. Tittle-tattle, tattle-tittle. It said tittle-tattle. And we're supposed to speak to God on a first-name basis. I think that's great advice. If we would just give up our useless words that don't serve us, that don't serve other people, talking about, complaining, all that crap, rumors that we spread that aren't really true, or we think they might be true, or, you know, they may be, like half the things we say aren't true, even to ourselves, right? And then speak to God on a first-name basis. Well, God is your first name, whatever that is. Speak to yourself, and you'll have all the answers that you ever, ever, ever need. And I wrote this in my blog. It's like about having a spiritual garden. If we all tend our own spiritual gardens, can you imagine how beautiful the world could be? Just like when you go into a beautiful neighborhood and everybody's taking care of their gardens and it looks so beautiful, that's how the world is looking when we're all tending our own spiritual garden. So I'm just going to close with a quote by Ernest Holmes because I love him so much. And don't forget this. Everything comes from intelligence. Intelligence meaning God. There is nothing but unity. We're all united. We are united. We are one. We live in one field of energy. There is nothing but freedom. We're free at any moment to choose. There is nothing but completeness. It's already done. There is nothing but totality. It's everything. Begin at the beginning and reason this out. Time after time. Get that? Time after time until all doubt disappears. Such is the power of right thinking that it cancels and erases everything unlike itself. It answers every question, solves all problems, is the solution to every difficulty. It is like the sunlight of eternal truth bursting through the clouds of obscurity and bathing all life in a celestial glory. That's who you are. And that's what we're capable of. Namaste.
I invite you to close your eyes for this special music. In your garden I wander, joyful I gaze upon your flowers in full blooming, colors cascading, and fragrances playing the wind. I smile and I turn to you, I look into your eyes, I see flowers full blooming, sparkling waters and galaxies whirling in grasses of green. You're awake in this dream. How sweetly love is streaming, how sweetly love is streaming, oh, through you and through me, in through everybody who's open to receive. This love is healing. Roots reach down while your hands stroke the heavens. You are seeing the beauty, that love is the real thing. It is all that really matters. It's the heart of all being, beyond all believing. You drink and be merry, and you grow through your feelings. How sweetly love is streaming, how sweetly love is streaming through you and to me, and through everybody who's open to receive. This love is healing. You found your own beauty and that of another. You are friends and you are lovers. You are here now together, and now is forever. You are already free. You are whole and complete. You are love, and this love is healing. This love everlasting. This love, this love, this love, free and everlasting. This love is healing.
Thank you, Jeevan. Yeah, let's let that soak in, like we're planting a seed and watering it with your beauty and your music. Yeah. I'm not just a pretty face, Jeevan. What I love about Sundays is that every Sunday has its own energetic feel. I was sitting over there thinking of last week, and I went, wow, there's a different vibe there, and now today, and there's a different vibe in every moment. And it's so important to, for me at least, to go with that instead of that expectation. And for me, I believe that's what's gotten me into trouble at times, is using the past as a reference for this moment called now. Whether it's good or it's not, or whatever we want to label it. So this month we're going to plant a vision. So what is your vision for the garden of your mind? Doesn't need an answer because we don't have that kind of time, but I want you to take a moment. I want you to take a moment, really think about this metaphor of this garden that we're planting this seed, a vision, whatever it is. I love that. Your mind is a garden, your thoughts are the seeds. You can grow flowers or you can grow weeds. And sometimes we don't even know we're growing them because they just seem to pop up, do they not? It's like, oh, how'd they get there? Because I already cleared all of that. Someone just said the other day, I did all that clearing. I did all that clearing and hello, back again. Yeah. Well, I'm going to let you know that this week I was forced to look at my garden. I hadn't looked at it for a while. And some of it looked really nice. And some of it looked like, how do I say it? Who the hell's been taking care of this garden, right? And what I realized is that the garden needed to be completely dug up. I had to dig it all up. Start all over again. And it felt a bit vulnerable because I was still hanging on to a few weeds that had popped up, and I thought they were flowers, but they were pretty, but they were a weed of consciousness that I wanted to let go of. And I was really, and I like the word forced, because sometimes we have to be forced into change and from change. And I know for me that if I don't do that, that my life doesn't look so pretty, and then I'm forced into making it pretty again, taking that garden and making it the way that I would like to see it. Good old James Allen, as a man thinketh. A man's mind may be likened to a garden, which may be intelligently cultivated or allowed to run wild. But whether cultivated or neglected, it must and it will bring forth. If no useful seeds are put into it, then an abundance of useless weed seeds will fall therein and will continue to produce their kind. I think this James Allen's quote pretty much talks about what science of mind and spirit is. Whatever you plant, that's what's going to grow. And that's really good news. That's really powerful news. Because that means that we are the gardeners, that we have that power to grow the garden. But this week I had what we like to call divine discontent. How did those two words even come together is what I would like to know. Divine discontent. Who has heard of the words divine discontent? Yes, yes. How does that happen? Because divine, I looked it up. It said basically means relating to, coming from, or like God or a God. Right at home. And then discontent means, wow, I love life. Lack of contentment, dissatisfaction with one's circumstances. Anybody ever been there at all? I mean, not today probably, but not today. So divine discontent. And I thought, how is that possible? And I started to look and I said, because something is pushing. That's what the divine does through us, as us. You got to change, Patrick. Something needs to be known here. I'm right here. That's what I loved about that movie last night, Harriet. Oh my God. When she listened, oh, I got God bumps. When she would listen, it'd be like, where are we going to go? And then everybody's like, let's go. And she's like, hold on. And you can imagine them. They're like, what the hell is she doing? Hold on. She's praying. Don't disturb her. Let's go to the left. Let's go to the left. And I am guilty as charged of this, rushing ahead without taking that deep, deep breath to go, how do I feel? What is my truth? And I'll tell you what it's done for me this week. And I was telling Rita, I have to be very careful because when a change comes forth with me, I'm kind of like I'm Taurus the bull. So it's like, I've got a new idea, let's go. You know, and I'm like, no. I don't even have that kind of manly voice. But if I did, that's how I would be with that forcefulness. But this is not, I said to myself, have you ever had that feeling you're never going to be the same again once the realization hits? And when life comes in and just like takes the whole garden away, and you're thinking, I used to say this in New York, I used to tell my roommate when I would have this feeling, this experience, I would say, who changed the wallpaper in the middle of the night? Does that make sense? Who changed the wallpaper in the middle of the night? Because when I woke up, I'm like, Patrick's here, but something has changed within me. And I'm not the same. I'm not going to lose my humor, mind you. But sometimes this week, I lost my humor, by the way. Because what happened is there wasn't anything happening out there. It was happening in here that said, this is time for change. This is time for believing what you believe. And it's a tricky, tricky place when you're spiritual leaders, just an FYI. Because all of us are at a different place, a different degree while we're going through this journey to the self. And sometimes we want to go, oh yeah, I know what you mean. But you know what? I don't. Because where I'm at is in a truth that I must honor. And I hope it to be an example for other people. This isn't to be, be really careful, you know, as ministers. You don't want to shame them and you don't want to do this. You're big boys and girls. You can handle yourself. You're the power of God. And so that's old stuff. That's old gardening. Somebody's going, I can barely plant a seed. Well, that's good. Let's plant it together. But I can't pretend to be less than I am. I can't pretend that God is here some of the time and not here another time. I cannot. And I'm choosing not to with absolute joy. So when I stand in front of somebody and they say, well, that's just the way it is. No, that's not what I believe. And that is difficult because I am the king of people-pleasing, man. I want you to be okay. But I know that my love in my garden is strong enough that when your garden looks very bleak, that there's someone lighting the way. And that when I fall, I expect to be picked up, but I will never waver, ever, that there's sometimes God is here and sometimes it's not, no matter what it looks like. And there's some hellacious things going on in this universe right now. Look at me getting all serious and even working up a little sweat, by the way. There is something here to be known. And it's so wonderful to experience it with you. Divine Discontent says this, by Brian Tracy, whoever he may be. Divine discontent always comes before a positive life change. Ever been there? I know some of you are going through that. If you were perfectly satisfied, you would never take action to improve or change the circumstances. Ever been there? Everything's just going real good. Let's not, mess anything up here. Only when you're dissatisfied for some reason do you have the inner motivation to engage in the outer behaviors that lead you onward and upward. But I want to let you know one thing from me. This nonsense about us having to suffer our way through it, and that's the way we get to prove that we're okay to be here, is old school, man. It's old school. I'm never, here it is, bubbling up. I'm not afraid of it. Where did I get this idea that the way we grow and the way we learn is through suffering? Have we ever tried it the other way? What if you wake up and you go, I'm going to learn all by the good and the delicious and the yummy stuff of life, man. This is, I told you, it's hard to deal with me when I'm get serious, and I had a serious week. And I'm thinking, why is that? Not because I'm hiding my feelings. I don't want to hear that anymore either. This philosophy, sometimes you're so positive that you're not looking at the truth of who you really are and all your pain. Yes, I cry, I scream, I get angry, I have all of that, and you've probably seen all of it at one time or another. And wife enters center stage on, yes. So that's not it, but I'm saying how long can we use that as an excuse that says, I need my feelings before I can go? Yes, we need our feelings. They're the very breath that we are. The very breath that we are, but we're also love. And I had someone say, well, love, self-love, another one of my things, inner child. Inner child, until you can start to really embrace that part of you, that part of us that has never deserted us and never will, then we will not be free. Self-love, I want to get this straight again because it seems to be confusing to some people. A day spa is called self-care, and that is initiated by self-love. Self-love isn't, I went to the thing, I did this, I had a massage, and boy, am I up on my love stuff. No, you just feel more relaxed. But I want to know, are we still with loving ourselves? Love ourselves, love ourselves. That's the antidote to this fear virus. And I've gotten plenty of calls about what I should be doing, what Rita should be doing, what we should be doing with this epidemic and with this. And the only epidemic that I can see is lack of love for self. That's the only thing I'm seeing, the only thing I'm feeling. And I'm sitting there thinking, and then you're going to tell don't even start me with this. I understand. I know what it looks like. I know what it is. But it reminds me, take the clock away. Take that clock away. Gee, I'm going to knock it out. It reminds me of the AIDS epidemic, another cheery subject for today's. Here's what happened. People stopped touching people. People hid their silverware away from people who walked into their house because they were afraid that they were going to be sick and they were going to die. And we may all gasp. But all those people that I dealt with on my volunteer basis, that was a disease that was caused by lack of love. That disease was caused by judgment. That disease, where do you think it all comes from? It doesn't come from some Pandora's box. And what I really want to say about the AIDS epidemic that was there and that still is alive, I remember, and I'll close with this because he deserves it. There was a man who was so riddled, not with disease, he was riddled with judgment and self-hatred for a disease that was running rampant through his body. And I remember walking up to him, and I've told this story before, walking up to touch him. And he said, don't. Don't touch me. I'm contagious. Don't touch me. Look at my lesions, look at the form, look at the conditions. And I said, no, and then I was just a young man in LA and in New York. I said, no, I will not look at your condition. I will not look at it. Come here. No, don't. Let me kiss you. Let me kiss you. And my thing was this. If by me loving and holding someone was going to let me die and make me have a disease, then you can bring it on. Because I was love, I am love. I'll end with Ernest Holmes. The perfect was always there. I just want to take a moment and just honor that young man. I want to take a moment and just honor the disease of the mind that doesn't have to be there. I want to take a moment to just allow our hearts to sing. I want to take a moment to let love be free once and for all. I want to take a moment to honor each and every one of us. I want to take a moment to just say enough is enough. Oh, love, move through me, as me, through each and every person here, the seen, the unseen. Let me remember who I am and never give it up for one moment. Let me be love in action. Let me be love. I am God. Let me honor our misguided thoughts. Let us. I am so grateful. And when we say, and so it is, let it be once and for all, and so it is. So it is. Namaste. So the question is, what do other people do on Sunday mornings at this time? It's so good.
If you want to continue this discussion, come to Rap with the Revs.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I want to acknowledge someone just for a moment. Hi, Julie. Welcome back. You guys have been welcome back. Julie's the one I read that beautiful poem a couple weeks ago that so many people were asking for. Thank you. That was such an inspiration for all of us, what you wrote through your grieving and through your time. And
Thank
welcome
you.
home.
Welcome.
Welcome home.
All right. This is the time for giving, knowing that when you give to CSL Kauai, you give twice. We are a tithing center. 10% goes out. And we're starting to do more on the island. We were doing like some out. There's some that we tithe to the Centers for Spiritual Living. That's one of our places. But we're looking for more organizations on island that we can tithe to that need us. So thank you for what you give here, knowing that it goes out and flourishes. Yes, let's sing. Remembering where it comes from, our source.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. Joy is my source, Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Give me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Thank you. So let us read our affirmation. I have given freely and joyously from my abundance and fullness of my overflowing wealth. I know that my gift goes with love as it touches and blesses Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, my life and the world. And so it is. Thank you. Thanks, Melissa. All right. Do we have kids? Where are they? Oh, well, they're not here yet. So does somebody get them? Well, we do have practitioners. Come on up. We have wonderful practitioners. We have Malia. We have Reverend Diane. We have Patrick and myself.
We have Rob.
We have Rob. And Roseanne, I think, is not available today. So I guess this is the crew. All right. So if anything, the crew, the superheroes.
Superhero crew. Oh, yes.
Oh, come on up. Introduce yourself.
I'm Eric Odell from Center for Amazing Grace Spiritual Center in Seattle.
Yay.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you for
great.
stepping up. All right. So if you have something that's come up for you during this wonderful time together, or if there's just something going on in your life that you want to know more truth about, you want to shift the energy, come and see one of these beautiful people and do that with the spiritual mind treatment. Okay. So that being said, I still don't have any children, so I don't know what's going on. All right. Well, I don't want to close without them, so that is very interesting. Do we know what happened to them? I don't know. I think Charles went. They went to the beach. They went to the beach. All right. Well, if they don't come, we'll just close. Now my husband's disappeared. Where is everybody? I'm playing with the kids. All right. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, they're working in the garden. Here comes Ron. I don't know. All right. I think we're going to close out because if they come after, we'll just talk to them. We'll bless them anyway. Yeah, let's bless them anyway, wherever they are. You ready? You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. And that's to all the children in the world. Woo! Oh, here they come. Oh, well. It's hysterical. Well, oh, here they are. Okay. Oh, we've got Ruby here today and Shy. And where's Miss Janice? All right. Oh, hi. Do you have anything to say to us? Yeah. You say.
Today we made booklets and the kids talked about everything that God is, like love, power, and yeah, that's what we did.
Awesome. Yay, beautiful. Well, we'll tell them again. Can't say it too much, right? You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. And so it is. Woo! All right. Okay, so I guess we're ready for our closing song, which is, again, a new song. Well, not a new song, but Practitioners can stay up.
There was a quick moment, wasn't it? It's like, where are they? Okay, bye.
We've sung this song before. I love this song.
What is this song?
Inch by inch and row by row, I'm gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a place fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, I will bless these seeds I sow. I will warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds, picking stones, we are made of dreams and bones. I feel the need to grow my own, 'cause the time is close at hand. Green for grain, sun and rain, I find my way in nature's chain. I tune my body and my brain to the music of the land. Inch by inch, row by row, I'm gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, I will bless these seeds I sow. I will warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down.
Well, as I look row by row, I see the seeds have already grown into this beautiful, beautiful CSL Kauai garden today. And I know that that consciousness is going up and up and out and out. And I am so grateful for everything. I'm grateful for Charles. Charles, who just, what can we say, Charles? We just are grateful for this man who does so many things around here. And our beautiful Malia, our practitioner of the day, who gave us her beautiful, beautiful spiritual mind treatment. Melissa, Sue, and DJ, who was out there saying, aloha, come on in, and greeting us. Rob Jones and Jonathan back there making sure that what happens here doesn't stay here. It goes out there and keeps that voice and that power of the sound going. And our hospitality back there, who he just keeps so organized, Ron Stover and his team. I know Valerie was back there. I saw Valerie doing some things too. So, with Melissa and Roseanne are back there counting the abundance. And then we have, yes they are, it's a very important job, by the way, and fun at that. And we have Jeevan and Luis over there keeping beat and growing this garden. That's right. What's a garden without music to help it grow? And our beautiful practitioners here today allowing that consciousness on demand to stand here for each and every one of us. And I am so blessed for each and every one of you that have entered this garden today and allowed your consciousness to grow with us. And I cannot let it go without this beautiful Reverend Rita, who just is such a pillar, Vanna, is such a pillar of absolute wonderful consciousness and love. I'm so grateful for you. And last but not least, Reverend Patrick, for all that he is, And I just say thank you. And I just let that be so, as together we say, and so it is.
So plant your rows straight and long, temper them with prayer and song. Mother Earth can keep you strong if you give her love and care. Now an old crow watching hungrily from his perch in yonder tree. In my garden I'm as free as a feathered fellow up there. Inch by inch, row by row, I'm gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Well, inch by inch, row by row, I will bless these seeds I sow. I will warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Till the rain comes tumbling down.